All right. Thank you guys for hopping on. If you're listening to the replay, thank you. I know that it is a tricky time of the year. And as you can see, Alyssa has her little one, and time zones are always tricky with this. So we'll be respectful of your time and get you guys a little bit more organized and confident going into the end of the month and just starting your business. And excuse me, he is so cute. Where your focus should be and kind of where you should be at as a new coach, because this is overwhelming at first. It's still overwhelming 5.5 years in sometimes. But the more you get the hang of some things, then you start to build, and that's where it becomes like you're always learning. And one thing that I wrote down to make sure you guys know is your new normal is to get out of your comfort zone, because you're going to continuously learn and grow and try new things. I'm going to continuously push you. You're going to continuously try new programs. Like Transform 20 is a huge shift from what I've been doing since July. Alyssa, I know you're in that same boat with me. Like, you've been doing Lift 4 and loving it, and it's a huge shift to go into something new. But your new normal is to kind of push that comfort zone a little bit each month. I challenge you guys each month to try something new, to do something new, read a new book, learn something new about yourself, and push those limits. And maybe it's getting on a call or going live on social media or sharing a little bit more on your story and just pushing your comfort zone. And that's honestly what I can say has helped me so much since I started this business and to where I'm at today, is just consistently growing each month by doing something new that scares me, trying something new, and setting that new goal. So where you are now, that new feeling of like, oh my gosh, this is kind of scary, that's your new normal, because each month we're going to try and help you learn and grow and set new goals and push the limits on your business and your fitness and just overall push you to live a better life. So a few things that you should be doing right now as a new coach is being a product of the product. That means doing your workouts, doing your nutrition, drinking your shakes or your performance line, or both. You should have some personal development. Now, in my eyes, personal development is even your devotions. It's writing your gratitude. It's being thankful. It's listening to a devotion, or listening in some days for me, it's simply listening to worship music, because that's all I can accomplish that day. But it doesn't have to be sitting down and reading a book for an hour or listening to an hour of Audible. It could be your business training for that day. It could be a podcast that you listen to. It could be this video, could be your personal development for the day. Okay, it's just something that makes you think, that helps you grow, that just gives you some encouragement for the day. We shared in the team group, I believe, if you go to the team group, and there's a search bar on your desktop, and you can click in the search bar and type in personal development, and there will be like a list of personal development that comes up. If you struggle finding it, let me know, and I can always send you the copy that I have. But there's always some really good books. Get Over Your, I hate saying this, Get Over Your Damn Self is something that I'm reading right now, but it's really good. Eric Worre, Go Pro is another good one to start with. Cultivate by Laura Casey is a good one. Hi, buddy. I just want mom to hold me, because I'm into everything. So making sure you're doing some sort of personal development, and then doing your training. So your new coach checklist, which you got and done, and you should be finished with that. And then going into that website, if you go back to that welcome email, there's that Thinkific website, and doing that training. And that's kind of where it'll take you through social media, what to post, how to use Instagram, how to use Facebook, and all that kind of thing. So make sure your new coach checklist is done, and then go to that Thinkific Brittany's University, and that will take you through a 2-phase training and get you set up there. Other things that you should be doing is posting on social media 1 to 2 times a day. And that's where that training is really going to help you too. It's going to give you ideas. It's going to go over what we call the color wheel. And so there's 12 colors. And if you fill in each color with a hobby, something about you, that's what you want to be sharing. That's what you want your audience to know. So for me, my faith, Michigan girl, lived in Florida, twins. I have 4 kids. I'm breastfeeding. I'm a new mom. I'm married. I'm dairy free. Jesus is life. I have a nutrition workshop mentorship that I run every month. I am a business owner. I am an introvert. Like, those are 13 things that I can be posting about myself, and that's just off the bat. So it doesn't always have to be health. I didn't even mention working out and any of those 12 now that I think about it. So it doesn't always have to be health and fitness. It can be other things that attract you to, or other things that you can connect with other people on. Like, if you were to sit down with somebody, what are things that would get brought up? Your job, how many kids you have, your kids' ages. Like, I have elementary age, I have toddler, and I have newborn. So I can connect with moms on a different level for each kid, each stage. So think about those things. I always like to post quotes that stick out to me, because if they encourage me, they might encourage someone else in your niche at that time. So your color wheel and posting on social media 1 to 2 times a day is extremely important, especially right now. Like, if there's a tip or something that is helping you stay on track through the holidays, through this, I mean, this is like the busiest week of the year for everybody. So how you are staying on track and how you are staying accountable to your workout, to staying accountable to eating healthy, or what motivates you to make that healthy choice, that's what is encouraging people. And that's what on January 1st, when they're all feeling sluggish, they're going to go, well, Brittany, showed me that she is dedicated to this. Like, I'm ready. I saw her the last 2 weeks when life was crazy, still be able to maintain her weight or lose a pound or lose 5 pounds, whatever your goal is, whatever your needs are for your health and fitness. But if you're consistent with that right now and showing them how you're doing it with the tools that you have, that's when we do number 5 and invite them and share what we're doing. They're going to see that you are consistent, you are there, and you are not just promoting a program or product, but you're promoting a mentorship. And I think the word coach can be kind of scary. Like, you have to coach people and like tell them to do this and like show them exactly what to do. When I really like starting to do 2B mindset, like, Alana's giving you guys the information. She's giving you that. I'm just there to mentor you, to help you troubleshoot, to help you say, okay, you had these 4 bunnies. Which one are you slacking on? Or how much more detailed can we get your tracker? Like, I'm just mentoring you. I'm helping you come up with the solutions that you already know, but I'm just mentoring you along the way and encouraging you and just giving you some more insight. And that's really what we're doing as a business. That's what I'm doing for your, as a business owner to you, like your upline. And that's what we're doing for other people. We're just mentoring them. Once they have the tools, we're teaching them how to use the tools and making sure that they're using them correctly. So be an example of that. Like, being a product of the product doesn't mean just losing the weight and having the results of it. It means like showing how this is a lifestyle, how I'm not trying to sign you up for another diet. I want you to stick with this. I want to teach you to enjoy your favorite dessert on Christmas Day, or your favorite, cinnamon rolls or monkey bread. We were looking over the Christmas menu today and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be hard. But how I'm going to do that and not wake up the next day and feel like a complete failure, but instead I'll feel in control. So that's what we want to show people. And then, like, during these 2 weeks of sharing and posting on social media. So then when we invite, and I think this is like the biggest question right now, is like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready, I've got this, I'm ready to start, but what do I invite to and where do I go from here? So take a drink of water. Okay. So I always encourage to invite to a program that you know and are comfortable with, because you're going to have more fun talking about it and it's going to be and feel more natural to talk about. So for me, even when Lift 4 launched, I was still way more comfortable talking about 2B mindset and the nutrition workshop, because that's what I was doing. That's what I was focusing on. That's what was, connecting me with a lot of people in my niche. even right now, like I feel more comfortable talking about 2E mindset than Transform 20 because I've not done Transform 20. So it's hard to talk about a program that you've never done, or maybe you're in the middle of doing. So to kind of make it easier on you, invite to what you are comfortable with what and what you know. So some of you might have like 6 programs under your belt and you've done a few of them. Some of you may have had 2 fitness workshops. Some of you have not done anything, and maybe like me, you were like, okay, Meg, I'm just going to do this, and you're going to learn it as you go and have your story later. And that's fine. But just do what you're comfortable with first. Like if right now the nutrition workshop is what feels most comfortable for you to talk about, then invite to that. I'm huge on that. If you are my personally sponsored coach, you are welcome to put them in my nutrition workshop community. I change it up every month. So some months it's very educational. It's very like big long posts and check-ins and resources. And then like this month we kept it light and fun and a little bit less intense because it was December and it's a little bit more crazy time-wise to check in. So, but as your upline, if you're my personally sponsored coach, you are always welcome to, for the first 3 to 4 months, I encourage you anyway, to have your clients join my challenge groups so that you can really just focus on building those relationships, building your business. And then about 3 to 4 months, you should have, 12 to 16 people that you've connected with that have purchased something from you in the last 3 to 4 months. And then you can kind of create your own group depending on where you're at. Like if they're all nutrition with 2B mindset, then you can create a nutrition group. If they're all fitness, doing a little bit of everything, you can create like an accountability group. If they're all Transform 20, you can all do Transform 20. If you have a little bit sprinkled out, you can keep, like, maybe you have like 2 nutrition people, keep them with me, still check in on them, and then maybe your fitness people all go in one group. So you can kind of play with it depending on where you see you and your business at that 3 to 4 month mark. There's no right or wrong way to do things. I just think once you get over that 10 people, 12 people, you can create your own group and have a small little check-in community and start building on that. And that's really fun and exciting. The other thing to invite to is Transform 20. So the cool thing as a new coach right now is there's not very many people that have done the program. So you're not alone in that. Like, I've not done the program. I only know what you know and what you've experienced. So we get to kind of learn that together and teach people together. And people love to hear something new. And Shaun T is a big name. So this is something so great in our arsenal of tools to help people as we go into the new year. So to help you with Transform 20, there is a informational group called 20 Minutes to Transform Your Life. So we've created that group that if you're talking to someone and they're interested, you can add them into this group, and there are units in this group. And it's, what is Transform 20? Who is this for? What equipment do I need? How long are the workouts? What are they like? What's the calendar like? What's this step thing? And the most important question, what are the packages? All of that is right in this group. So if you're talking to someone, we started creating these because sometimes it was going back and forth with 5 people about the same information. So now we can just kind of add them into this group. We can tag them and say, hey, start here, check this out, and then check in with them, after a day or 2 days and say, hey, have you had a chance to check out that group? Or do you have anything specific to ask me? And kind of go from there. Usually people would really just want to know the bottom line of the price. And that's when we say it's all customizable. It's literally what you need for your budget and where you're at. Always lead with the challenge pack, because if you've done your training, then Success Club points are 2 points with a challenge pack or Shakeology Home Direct or a performance line. And they get all of the tools to see the best results. If you're a coach on here, you've done Shakeology and or performance line and you liked it, you've seen the benefit, you felt the benefit, the nutrition program, the community, the Beachbody On Demand, like having access to everything, that's the best package. But I also understand that not everyone can afford the best package. Not everyone is a shake person to start off with. So sometimes we do just have to ask the right questions. And if you need help guiding through that, message your upline so that we can help you kind of combat the objections, and not in like a mean way, but just to like make sure that you're like, some people are just unfamiliar and they're nervous to try Shakeology. So, if it's that, then I can say, you know what, I was that same way. I was not a shake person. I was super hesitant, but I came to this point in my life where I was missing meals as a new mom, and this was a solution for me. So I was willing to try it. I know that it's scary, but it's 30 days. Do you think you'd be willing to give it a try for 30 days? And we can discuss after that. And just connecting with them, and not just trying to shove it on them, but just to, this is how it's going to help you. Like, just give it 30 days and see what happens. Money back guarantee, and just kind of walking them through that so that they're not like a hard no on things like that. So, and if they're not, like, our job is to connect the person with the package, not a package to every person. And I hope that like whoever your upline is, if you're on here, you felt that way, that you were not just sold on a package because that was the top line, but you were actually talked to about like, hey, this is why this is the best program. This is why all of this is going to help you hit your goals. But also, if this is not what you can afford or what you're looking for right now, these are the other options to go at. And what I do is, if someone, let's say they do Transform 20 and they just want, this is so hard and silly right now, but they do the Beachbody On Demand membership, and then they do the upgrade for Transform 20, which would be like $170. So why would you not do a challenge pack for like $160? People will still do it. I will send them like a little goodie bag of a Shakeology packet, an Energize packet, and a Hydrate packet, and a Beach Bar. Either all of them if I have a plethora, or like a combination of them, so that they're trying those things that they were a little hesitant for it. But I'm still thanking them for their purchase. I'm still their coach. I'm still there to mentor them. And I'm just giving them like, hey, here's this. Here's, try this. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being a client. Let me know what you think. And usually I would say like 8 out of 10 of them come back and purchase something, whether it's Energize, Shakeology, or Beach Bars, but you're getting them another tool in their pocket to help them hit their goals. One of my top coaches started with just Beachbody On Demand, and then I sent her some Shakeology packets. She was doing, what was she doing? Herbalife maybe? And I sent her some packets. I was like, hey, I know you have yours, but I just wanted to send you a couple samples of mine so you can compare and see what happens. Well, she's now one of my top coaches using Shakeology. Her whole family's using Shakeology. Her whole family's using the Performance line. So sometimes you just meet people where they're at and love on them, and then just say, hey, I totally respect that, but I wanted to send this just so you can give it a try with 1 or 2 packets. Anyways, kind of a tangent, but invite to what you know and invite to T20. So with Transform 20, we'll have the informational group. And then tomorrow, for those who have purchased the program, we'll have like a Prep to Transform group. There's a hybrid calendar in there. Didn't get a chance to get to it this weekend, but tomorrow with my work hours, I'll have a post up every day, and we'll have a post up every day throughout the week just to kind of hold them accountable, give them a space. We'll have some Christmas recipes and that kind of stuff, tools in there so that they can kind of do that Prep to Transform group. And then the Transform program will fully launch on January 14th. So then we'll just retitle that group, and we'll all start that program on January 14th. And the whole team is putting their people in that group. Okay. So if you're a new coach, like, you're not alone in that. Everyone's putting their people into that one group, and we'll run a big one. Other things that you can invite to is the 3-day refresh. We're going to do a team-wide 3-day refresh, January 2nd through the 9th. I'll do more details on that again this week. And then the other tool that I want you to kind of keep in the back of your mind and stick with, whether you listen to it live on Monday or listen to the replay, is the National Wake Up Call. It's every Monday, 11 a.m. It goes live on the Facebook Team Beachbody page, and it's coaches in the network that are doing really well with the topic that corporate wants us to hear from. So tomorrow is Katie Erstad, and she's talking about how her posts are generating conversations, and conversations turning into clients and customers. So there's always a different topic, always a different tool. but you can catch the replay, and the ways to listen to the replay are also in that welcome email. So helpful? Not helpful?
Yeah.
Good? Okay.
Yes.
Questions?
Adding someone into a group. I had someone who purchased the To Be Mindset with
Okay.
Shakeology this morning, which I was very excited about.
Yay!
Yeah. She was the first person in the post that I did that I said, like, hey, vulnerability post here. Like, she reached out to me and said, hey, I need that. What are you doing? Which was awesome.
Yeah.
But what would I do if I put her into the group? Would I like, hey, here's the group, or how do you usually like just add people to a group?
So I send them that. Do you remember that? I don't know. I think you joined after or before this. I have a 7-day prep link that I send them the link and kind of get them through. I say 7-step now because 7 days people were like, what? So it's just a 7-step setup. But on one of the steps in there is to add themselves to the group. So I will get them in there. But then I would tag them in that first post. There's like a To Be Mindset picture to introduce themselves and that kind of stuff. And then just if you see a post, you can tag them. And in ours still, Alyssa, if you go to that group and click units, you can go through days 1 through 30 posts through there.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So if she wants to put a reminder on her phone, I haven't really found out a good way to do that, but we'll have days 1 through 30 going again in January. Anyway, but that's what I would.
Prep group first, and then once she's gone through the prep group, then she can add herself to the full group and then point her to the units.
Yeah, there is a link, and I'll send it when we get off here. I have a loaner phone, and so none of my apps, none of my documents, none of my like steps, conversations, or anything are on here, and I keep forgetting. I'll send you the link for the seven step. It's just like a little Google form.
Perfect. Okay.
And so that way she can watch it on her own time and get plugged into the group whenever she's ready.
Thank you. Yeah. Do that. And then people, if they say like, I need to think about it, how long do you usually give them before you follow back up with them again?
Like 2 days.
Okay.
So if someone reached out to me this morning or tonight, I would probably reach out like Tuesday morning or Tuesday night and say, hey, I know life gets busy. I just wanted to double check. Did you have a chance to look over the information? Did you think about it and come up with more questions? Or the best, one I hear commonly, did you have a chance to run this by your husband? Or, did your husband have any feedback?
Okay.
Connect, like, hey, I just wanted to follow up with you is a lot different than, hey, I wanted to like check in. Did you have a chance to talk to your husband since we chatted on Sunday? Just a little bit more personal, like what you're following up on.
Okay. Perfect.
And then if they still don't respond, then I'll respond again in like 3 days and say, hey, I'm getting ready to, close out my spots, or I'm holding your spot for you until I hear back from you. Can you please let me know by Friday if you're interested or not, so I can open it up to a few more ladies?
Okay.
Just kind of something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I had a couple people that was crazy. I am not a social media person. I don't put anything out there. I don't share anything. So it's been really hard for me to try every day to make sure that I post something.
You're doing good.
Thank you. I'm trying. At least one time a day is my goal right now.
Yeah.
But I have my husband look at it a lot. And I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? Would this be okay to send out? But I had a few people reach out to me. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to bug them. But then at the same time, I'm like, hey, let's keep going.
I always just kind of make it about them, like, hey, I know life gets super busy right now, so I wanted to just double check back with you. If you need more time, totally fine, but I didn't want you to think I forgot or whatever. Like, it really is about them, because it's not the forefront of their mind right now. Their health and fitness is not their forefront of their mind right now, which is probably why they're needing something. But I've never had anyone get upset with me for following up.
Okay.
And if it gets to that like 3, 4, 5th time, then I'm like, this is the last time I'm going to reach out, and I will follow back up with you in a couple months. And they're not going to respond anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah.
Like there's some people that just never respond. So
Yeah. Well, and I totally get like on all of those videos on the welcome post, they said like, how many times did you say no to your coach? Like, how many times did I say no to you? Oh my goodness. Like I've been following you for a couple of years before I even was like, yeah, I'll do something. So
yep.
I totally get it. I am one
And
of those
I'm
people.
thankful you brought that up because I took a long time. I took 2 years to say yes to coaching to Meg after her first initial invite. And not that I want all of my people to take 2 years, but I respect it, I understand it, and I totally get it. And I think it's really key for you to think about that because you're going to connect with people who are a lot like you. And if it took you a while to kind of reach out and say, okay, I'm ready, it might take them a little bit longer too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Another one that I've heard quite a bit just talking to people so far, they say, oh, is that another one of those Beachbody things? Is
Yeah.
that another one of the Beachbody things? Like quite a few people have tried the containers and did not love the containers. So that I'm like really trying, like, no, 2B mindset is so different. It's not the same
Yeah.
as the containers. Like I get it. I tried the containers. I did great for 3 weeks and then gained all of that weight back. Like I get it, but it's so different. But do you have any other suggestions on when that comes up?
So when we talk about objections, there's this feel, felt, found kind of method. And it's like, you know what? I've felt, feel, found, feel, felt, found. I know, I understand 100% how you feel. I felt the same way. I used to do the containers and I felt like I was restricted or I felt like I just didn't have enough variety or whatever you felt. But I have found with Chewy Mindset that I have a lot more freedom in making my food flavorful with accessories and that I'm not saying no to food. I'm learning what foods work best for my body using the guidelines Alana teaches me.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
Because I felt the same way when I was after I had Lincoln, I was like, I don't know if I can do containers to lose this weight. Like, I don't know if I can go back to be like, oh, it's dinner time and I only have one red and a green left. Like, I needed to be able to follow a plan.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had brown rice at dinner, I didn't feel like I was cheating. Like,
Yeah.
Even though I know brown rice is still technically not on the Plate It method, but I knew that I could track it and see what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
So does that help?
Yeah, that does. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And 2B mindset, like, it fits right into Transform. So I open up my book and they at the bottom say like, this follows Plate It, or add more vegetables to make this a Plate It meal, or add more protein to make this, a Plate It approved breakfast or something like that.
Oh.
So it is 2B mindset friendly, which is cool.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And then you talked about the Transform 20 group. What was that one called so that we can just add people in for information?
It is 20 minutes to transform your life.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
I can add that. I can add you in it.
Okay. Thank you.
I gotta find it. That I can do for my phone. Okay. Okay, you're in.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
So,
all right. Anything else?
that's all I can think of right now.
Good.
So.
All righty. Well, thank you for hopping on. I know it's an adjustment to kind of take time to fit this in, but no regrets. It's been a journey, and I'm so thankful for it, and I can't wait to watch you do yours.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. So hopefully I can keep the momentum going. So
congratulations on your first challenge. That's amazing.
Thank you. I know. I was so excited. I was kind of expecting her not to actually buy it. But I went on and checked. It's like, oh, complete. She bought it. I'm like, oh, wow. That was exciting.
I'm so proud of you. That's awesome.
Oh, that actually brings up another question that she was the challenge pack and with Shakeology. And I don't know if everyone's going to be like this or not, but it seems like I really had to draw out of her, like, what flavors do you like? Do you want vegan? Do you not want vegan? Like, what do you want? And I'm like, and I ended up, she's like, well, I do like coffee and I'd like the sampler pack. I'm like, okay, well then I'm doing vegan because I asked 3 times and you didn't say. So
Yeah.
like, I don't really know.
So when people are talking about Shakeology, it is like, here, which 10 flavors do you want? Which is great to have variety, but it's very hard. So I just say, hey, you can, like when okay, I'm in. I say, okay, great. I need your email. I need to know which package and which Shakeology flavor would you prefer. My clients really prefer vegan chocolate or vegan vanilla. And then my husband drinks regular chocolate and he loves it too. Do any of those flavors sound great?
Okay.
And then again, like I have so much product here for some reason. So like I'll send them like a cafe latte because I don't drink coffee. So I'll send them like a cafe latte, or like if they got chocolate, I'll send them a cafe latte and a vanilla and like a chocolate regular, just so they might be able to try it, or giving away as prizes or something like that so they could try a different flavor.
Okay.
The other thing that I would offer, like you could offer her is, you know, she can start with vegan cafe latte. And I really recommend doing vegan because a lot of people don't realize that whey can bother their stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're eating healthy now, like they're eating healthier and they're adding in Shakeology. They'll blame the stomachache on Shakeology.
Mm-hmm.
When it really might not be Shakeology, it's the whey that's in Shakeology.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard that from several people. That's why I just went ahead and did vegan for her. 'Cause I'm like, I know, like even my mother-in-law, she's like huge health fitness fanatic, but she doesn't do whey because it upsets her stomach. So I'm like, okay, sure that I'll just not do that. But
so
do
I
you
just
usually
do
do like 30-day for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that's what I was going to suggest. Like if she's someone who wants to try new flavors, just have her just kind of steer her towards the sampler pack, the vegan sampler, and then she can try the vegan chocolate, vanilla, and tropical strawberry.
Okay. Awesome.
So she could try those.
Thank you.
Or if she wants to try more, just holler at me and I probably have the flavor.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. She said she really wanted to try several flavors, so I did the chocolate, the cafe latte, and the vanilla for her because she said she loves coffee. So I'm like, okay,
perfect.
We'll start with this. I wasn't quite sure. Like after 3 messages back and forth about it, I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna pick something. And I told her if something doesn't look good, let me know. I can always change it. So
yep, that's perfect. That's what I would do. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for anything else right now, but
okay. Well, you can message me. A kind of crazy week, but I'm here to answer questions. Or you can always post in the Team FHK pages as well, and that way, if I can't get to it, someone else might be able to respond a little bit quicker. So
okay. Thank you
all
very
right,
much.
you're welcome. Have a good night.